الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله الذي خلقكم من ضعف ثم جعل من بعد ضعف قوة ثم جعل من بعد قوة ضعفا وشيبة يخلق ما يشاء وهو العليم القدير. Before I begin, actually, I want to get you to think a little bit. And this is called the puzzle or the riddle of Adelphi, Greek mythology. Many people went there to interpret the riddle. And this is the riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, 3 legs in the evening, and no legs at night? Think again, I'm going to say it again. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, 3 legs in the evening, and no legs at night? The ayat that I've quoted deals exactly with this. And exactly what I'm going to recite again in a hadith that the noble Prophet Muhammad said, take advantage of 5 things before 5 other things overtake you. 1, your youth before you become old. Your health before you become sick. Your wealth before you become poor. Your free time before you become busy. Your life before your death. Probably you guessed in your mind what the riddle is. What walks on 4 at morning time, midday time 2, twilight 3, and in the dead of the night no legs? Human beings. When we were in the cradle, we walk on all 4. When we mature, in prime of our life, we walk in on 2. When we become a little old, in the middle age, or a little older than that, in the 60s, we use a stick. That makes it 3. And when we become very old and immobile, we don't use any at all. Many of us who are young calculate that when I become older, then I will become involved in Islamic activities. Bad choice. Many people don't live to see old age. And many people in old age really can't enjoy the old age. That is why I've entitled this khutbah, Oh Allah, make the last days of my life the best days of my life. Many people do not know how to use the last days of their lives. They did not prepare for the last days of their life because they were, as Allah described in a short ayat, Alhaakumut takathur hatta zurtumul maqabir kalla sawfa ta'lamun thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun. You allow the beauties of this world, the material pleasures, the rivalry and the competition for business, accumulation of wealth, to divert you from the path ahead in Sirat al-Mustaqim. But wait until you come to the grave. Wait is a repetition. ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. A repetition for emphasis. Wait until you come to the grave. You're young. You're young. We did not take care of our health. Those of you who are young, what games do you play? Do you go to the park? You play soccer? I did. Not national level, but I play. Volleyball, did you? I played the national level. Table tennis, I did, national level. Cricket, hockey, and a little boxing. How did you treat your body? We were only concerned with one particular thing, and we didn't look after our body. So if you did not look after your body when you are young, you will not enjoy the benefits when you are aged. That's why some people, when they become old, it's very difficult to bend. It's very difficult to walk. Walk a little distance, you got to stop, take a breath, because your heart is beating fast. Your health before you become sick. We are healthy, we don't mind. We eat anything, rope to soap. We drink anything. Some people who take alcohol, cirrhosis of the liver, they eat too much sugar because they're gormandizing all the time, affects the sugar content of your body. Bad kidneys. I have a friend very young, need a kidney. So we need to take care of our health before we become sick. When we are sick, we can't help anybody. Your wealth before you become poor. Wealth, take it generally. It doesn't mean really money. Your wealth of knowledge. Your wealth of time. You see, all these 5 things are all related to the ayah. Allah is the one who created you from weakness. Allahu alladhi khalaqakum min da'f. And made after weakness strength. And after you'll be a baby, you're crawling on all 4, you become strong, you're walking on 2. And made after strength weakness. Then you go back to 3. And weakness and white hair, you become aged. White hair, gray beard is a sign of age, but it's also a sign of blessing. That Allah has allowed you to live a ripe, good age. Prophet ﷺ said, my ummah will only be, their lifespan will be in the 60s. Now we live in the 70s. And some people jump into the 80s. Oh, we're living on borrowed time. Make use of that time. Your free time before you become busy. How do people use their free time? What do you do with your free time? Do you have a free time? Some people don't. Every time you ring the phone, no, he's not available. You ring the phone, oh, he just left. You ring the phone, oh, call tomorrow. You can never get the person on the phone. They are busy. Diverted by things in the world that they have to do, and they're running after, but not after the religion itself. And the last one, your life before your death. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Every one of us wants to go to heaven, and we will do anything to go to heaven. But nobody wants to die. You can only go to heaven if you die. You got to die first to go to heaven. And when you die, then your accounts will be taken up. Long ago we used to say you have a book of deeds. Everything is written in the book of deeds. Well, it's not really a book. Now we have the video system. So your deeds are recorded. And on the day of judgment, Allah will show the world and all of us what we did on a huge video screen. So the engines now become modern. I'm joking a little bit about it. They don't have to write anymore. Everything is using the video camera. Everything is captured on the camera. On the phone. Digress a little bit. A guy is being beaten up by people, and this guy, before he helps, he sits on his phone and he's taking it out. So he can put it on Facebook or elsewhere to get some rating instead of helping the person. He's taking out the video. One night I had an altercation with another driver, the road rage thing. I made a mistake of coming out of my car. I should never do that. The guy behind me, right away he flashed out his phone. I could see him through the windscreen. It was after Salatul Tarawih. I was going home. He was taking the picture to see if he's going to have any fight or anything. So he's going to take you on that. Instead of, hey guys, stop. Get back in the car. He's not going to do that. So my dear brothers and sisters, these are some simple things that we should take care of ourselves. This khutbah, I wanted to emphasize on age. How many young people have respect for old people? How many young people, young Muslims, have respect for old people? Once they know you're old, he's an old guy, he's an old man, push him aside. He's useless. How many of you serve in the army? The army is the most disciplined force in the world. They have a hierarchical structure, from the private to the corporal, to the lance corporal, to the corporal, to the sergeant, to the lieutenant, to the lieutenant, to the captain, to the major, right up to the general. So if you want something of administrative structure in the army, where will you go? Brigadier? Or you know? He's an old guy, he's in his 70s. You think you're smarter than him? I'm being a little rough with you younger ones, but old people are not useless. That's sometimes how we treat them. You think they can't sit in your meeting, a council or an executive meeting, and give words of advice? They can't think. I can't think fast like a young guy, but better believe it that I might think out a better solution than a young guy. It might take longer, but I can do it. The point I'm making is, when we lose in our community the professionals who have aged and retired, we have lost something. We need to make use of them. Now, many old people feel useless. They are made to feel useless. They're home left alone. Just a TV. Dad, this is the refrigerator. You want something, this is the stove, this is the microwave. The food is here, you hot it up, you eat it. Refrigerator is there, the television is there, the control in his hand. He can't go outside. He's in a room. He looks through the window and he's content to watch the people go by. He can't do anything. Their prison, like the home is like a prison for them. And take the young people. Oh, my dad is old, But your dad is old, but your dad have feelings. When we become old like me, I want to be my grandkids. I want to sit at the table and eat with my family, my son, my daughter, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. Don't put me in a corner to eat, or eat by your family and then leave me alone. What's the point? Oh my God, I work all my life for this guy, and that's how he treats me? Many parents are treated like that. Many. I came back one year and sitting in the office of CIOG, and they were giving out zakat. And this lady came in with her daughter. And she was looking at me smiling, and this was long ago. So I was getting a funny feeling. Why is she looking at me smiling all the time? So I decided to strike a conversation with the old lady. And then she explained. I had my house. I put it in the name of my son. We were living upstairs. He got married. He got children. He said, Mom, I have a lot. You go live downstairs. So she went downstairs to live in a small piece of the house. Her daughter got involved with someone. She got 2 kids. So now the son wants her to leave. And the daughter is a mute. She can't speak. She can't hear. And there are many cases like that. The point here I'm making is that we must treat our parents with utter respect. What goes around, comes around. You don't treat them well, maybe your turn will come that your children will treat you the same here. بارك الله لكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم إنه تعالى جواد منيب إنه جواد كريم معكم برؤوف رحيم. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasul Kareem. Still in old age, still in youth. First advice to all of us who are young and you have parents. If one or both of your parents live with you, Allah has placed in your hands the key to Jannah. You take care of your parents, you have the key to Jannah. No matter what you do, what we do in life, no matter how much, no matter how many dollars we give in charity, no matter how many buildings we build, how many mosques we contribute to, if you're unkind to your parents and the parents make a dua against you, you may never see, you may never smell the fragrance of paradise. Nothing you can do in this world, we can do in this world will wipe that out, because your parents have made a dua against you. Allah listens to the dua of the parents when they are wrong, then you curse them and you abuse them and even beat them. People have been doing that. But come to this one. فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. Remember me, and I will remember you. And give thanks to me, and do not prove ungrateful towards me. Young and old. How do we thank Allah? I'm not speaking with Salah 5 times. Forget the Salah for a while. How do you remember Him? Do you give thanks to Him? Do you praise Him? Allah, thank you for my health. Thank you for my youth. Thank you for the knowledge implanted in my mind. Thank you that I can recite Arabic and read the Quran. Thank you I can drive. Thank you that I can walk. One year I came, there was a brother who had one leg. The following year I came, he lost both legs. He's normal, everything is normal for the guy. He's strong, but he lost his leg. Even the things that we walk is something we should thank Allah for. Sight. Alam najalu aynay wa lisana wa shafatayn wa qadaynahu najdayn. Our eyes is a great gift from God. The ability to hear, the ability to speak. All of these things we thank Allah for your children, for having children. One of my teachers, all the money she had in the bank, all the money her husband had, and all the money they could accumulate, they paid to a doctor so she could have a child. Never happened. Twice. And she said, but Ahmad, you know, I can't afford it because this is what we did. And I gave her some advice. Maybe that's how Allah wants it. But you can still be a mother for so many other children. Your husband can be the father for so many children. We don't remember to thank God. We make the religion a little bit artificial, physical. Oh, I go to prayer, it's okay. No, no, no. Coming to prayer and coming to salah is not okay. When you go out that door, that is when the salah begins. Ehdina siratal mustaqim. Go to the door and go, Ehdina siratal mustaqim. That is when the salah really is a test for you when you go out that door. Not too long ago, last month we did Qurbani. Many of you probably did. But then we made a dua before we slaughtered the animal. Inna salati wa nusaki wa mahyaya mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. You're telling Allah, or rather we told Allah, we pledged That is a declaration. In a salati, definitely, surely my prayers, my life, my death, my sacrifices are all for you, Allah, Lord of the worlds. Look at the animal, struggling under your grips. You tie him up, if you did it in the country area. You put your weight in it. You do what you have to do. The blood is shed, animal dies. You skin it, you consume the meat. The way you held that animal down, and the way that animal was struggling, that is supposed to be our condition after the Qurbani. Do we struggle? وَجَحْدُوا بِأَمْوَالٍ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ, with your wealth and your person in the way of Allah. You want Allah to be kind to us? If you want Allah to be kind to us, remember Him. Remember your promises you made. I'll give you one example. Jonah, Yunus, he was given a task to do with the people of Nineveh. But he got frustrated. Oh, they're not listening to me. I'm going to leave them and find somewhere else. Never happened. You know the story. Swallowed by the fish. Came back to the people of Nineveh. They accepted him and everything went well. That is why this whole thing that we do in life, whether it is health, whether it is wealth, whether it is knowledge, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ, and we shall surely test you. Life is a test. And that is a note which I will end up with. Life is a test. The kids in pre-K, no tests. We assess them, let them go to a KG. KG, no tests. We assess them, let them go to grade 1. Grade 1, yes, tests. But the grade 1 test is not the same like the classes, like the exam classes. CSEC. Not all the kids do physics, only some, because of their ability. So the test in a low grade is not the same like the test in the upper grades. So depending on how you look at yourself, the test can be easy, the test can be hard. You make it easy or you make it hard. We make it easy or we make it hard. Allah will test you with your wealth. I read that to you. With your wealth, with your strength, your youth, with your health. He will test you with everything. Every day we are tested. Every single day. I'll give you an example. You go to a stoplight and the guy will knock your window, or you see him before you approach. He has a bowl or nothing. You look at him. I said, no, I'm not going to give this guy. Look at him. He's a druggie. He's a junkie. He's a bum. And one day I spoke with my son and he gave me a lecture on that. Pops, why are you not helping him? You're too judgmental. Why you judge the guy? Yes, he's a druggie. Any one of you ever had a dealing with someone who's a drug addict? I went to their sessions and they will begin, my name is Abdul Jabbar and I am a alcoholic. Their stories are sad and amusing, but that is the reality of life. They try their best not to take alcohol. They try their best not to use a drug. But there's an inward calling and a compulsion, and they are forced by circumstances to take it. They're emaciated. You'll see them skinny, bony. Some has bruises on their body like they've been in a fight or something. After that, whenever I drive up and these guys come, I always give them what I can. The point I'm making, don't be judgmental of other people. Don't judge people by the book, what you see. Search for the person within. See if you can help that person. See the Muslims, you have drug addicts who are Muslims. With drug, you have Muslims who are criminals. We have Muslims who are homeless. We have Muslims in this country of every single category. Don't believe you're super, no, we are not that yet. We are supposed to be the best people, but best don't come by saying we are the best. We have to install institutions and committees and everything else to handle the people of our community. Whether they are drug addict or not, they need attention, they need help. You can't leave them like the man in the Yunus. Leave them and go away. God said, no, 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 you got to go back. There were people who were worse than drug addicts. They didn't believe. So we have to try our own way in our own community to help these people. Long ago in the 1930s, Muslims from the Islamic Association, which was formed in 1936, used to visit the hospitals, meet the Muslims in the hospitals, make dua for them, put their names down, and I have it in record how many they visited. Where is our visitors, Muslim, to visit the hospitals? We have become very rich people, become very proud and arrogant of what we have, and we don't consider the poor and the sick and the needy. How? Tell me who goes to the hospital to visit and make dua for the Muslims as well as the non-Muslims. Nothing is wrong if you go to the hospital and make dua for the non-Muslims. Maybe you convert the Muslims, the non-Muslim. We are permitted to make dua for non-Muslims. And then oh, Allah guide them. Oh, Allah, they're alive. When they're dead, we can't. But once they're alive, you got to do it. Where's that group? We talk about dawah. Dawah is not only to give a Muslim dawah, recite la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's not it. Dawah is by really action, not so much by words, by action, by our commitment, by our dedication, by our words which inspire people to do the right thing. My dear brothers and sisters, I really feel honored to be asked to address you. And I'm happy to be here. And I hope what I've said in some ways, I know I went tangential at times deliberately, so that you can get the message to make your last days of your life the best days. Wallah, make today better than yesterday, and make tomorrow twice as good as today. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. We want ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة. We want the best in this life. Nothing's wrong with that. And we want the best in the hereafter. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Because all of this we do, we want not to go into the hell, we want to go to the heaven. We ask Allah to resurrect us on the day of judgment with our books in our right hand in front of us, for Him to forgive us, and through His mercy grant us a place in His eternal paradise. Ibadallah, rahimakumullah, inna Allah ya'muru bi'adli wa ihsan wa ita'i dhil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'idukum la'allakum tadhakkarun udhkurullaha yadhkurkum wad'uhu yastajib lakum wa la dhikrullahi akbar. Aqimus salat.